You read the newspaper? Reports that Jason Virgil will be your starting quarterback Saturday night?
Yes, he will take the first snap. Like any position on our team, it's always competitive, and there'll be continuous evaluation that goes on with every position that we have on our team. But as far as him taking the first snap or the first snap of this game, he will be in there.
Coach, what is the plan of quarterback in the first game? You said Virgil's going to take the first snaps, but do you want to get 2 guys in there, 3 guys in there, or is he playing the first half?
We'll see how it goes through this week and how the game plays out, and then we'll make a determination from there. I'm not going to back ourselves into a corner in any sense. So we have to see how this week of preparation goes and then how the game unfolds.
What went into the decision to make Jason Virgil QB1?
Well, it's been very competitive all camp. All 3 guys have done a very good job. Obviously, Marcus was late getting here, so started a little bit behind. Jorge's had a very good camp as well, but I think Jason's knowledge and consistency through camp, his experience here has been, gave him the nod. He hasn't done anything not to deserve that. So, but it's been very, very competitive. We're in a good position to have 3 really good quarterbacks, and so we'll just see how it's going to be competitive all the way. So we'll see how it unfolds.
What can you tell us about incarnate work? What have you seen from this opponent on video? What have you been practicing for, scout teams, etc.?
Well, anytime you go into the first game, there's always the unknown, and so you have to be prepared for everything. We can go off of what we saw last year, for sure. But coming in, they may have new wrinkles, obviously, and so we have to be prepared for anything, offensively, defensively, special teams, and and just be sound in what we're doing. And I think because of the way we practice, the variety and diversity of our defense and our offense has given us the ability to prepare for most things. So I feel good about that if a picture changes, we haven't just locked in on one thing. We're pretty diverse and multiple in all facets. So we practice against pretty much anything. So we'll see, obviously, when game time gets here, what they come out with.
Anyone else have a question for Coach Tedford?
Back there.
Coach, I'm noticing on the depth chart, running back freshman Ronnie Rivers, #1 on the depth chart. Obviously, you feel comfortable putting a freshman there, so the question is, what did he do to earn the starting job in such a short period of time?
Well, he's done everything really very impressive. He's very locked in, doesn't make minimal mistakes, instinctive runner, good pass protector, catches the ball really well out of the backfield. He's a complete back, and we're in a good position there to have really 4 guys with him, DeJounte, Hokett, and Jordan Mims. All 4 of those guys will play, and we feel like we have some quality depth in the backfield. And but Ronnie really has done a lot in this camp and deserves to be the guy that starts it out.
Are there concerns, or are there concerns about starting 2 freshmen?
No, not at all. He's a football guy. He has great football instincts. He doesn't get shook up by the speed of the game. He plays very, very fast, and he's plays with a lot of confidence, and he's very fundamentally sound in all that he does. Great decision maker, and so we have a lot of confidence in him.
Coach, how important is it to start at home before going to Alabama and to Washington?
Well, it's great to start at home. It really doesn't matter who we play next. That's really not on our mind. It's all about this game, and it's always great to start out at home and in front of your home fans. And with all we have going on that day, I understand there's going to be a great crowd there and honoring Derek Carr, which is awesome, and what he's done for the Bulldog football program and for Fresno State, being the great ambassador he is. And so it'll be an exciting night. And so really happy that we're here, get a chance to kick it off in front of our home fans.
Coach, you've got a lot of guys from Texas and some from the Houston area. How big of an issue is this for your team right now to see what's going on over there with Harvey?
You know, it really hasn't been much. I'm anxious to find out. We haven't really. Our last practice was on Saturday, and so you know, I know we're concerned about the devastation that's going on over there. I know Jamie Christian, who used to coach at Houston and lived there for a while, his house there that he used to live in is flooded, and so we are concerned about it for sure, and for our kids' families, and for everybody involved. And so anxious really to find out when we see them again tomorrow. We won't see our players today. They have the day off today to find out how they're doing.
Anybody else?
Coach, it's been obvious that there's been an excitement with the team, the players, everyone's talked about the new coaching staff, but what have you gotten from the fans? What's the excitement been that you've heard out in the public?
Well, not much because I haven't been out in the public. I've been pretty much in this building and out on the field. But, you know, I've had a lot of well-wishers calling and texting and things like that, and excited for the season. And, you know, and obviously we put in a lot of hard work getting ready for this from spring all the way till now, spring, summer, and now with a great camp. The players have worked very hard, and I think feel good about where we are. And so I'm excited to cut it loose, let them play. And you know, but everything that I get from the fans are, you know, they're excited for the season. I think that's reflective of the attendance that's supposed to be here. So it's time for the season. It's always an exciting time, and so can't wait to get it going.
You mentioned right before fall camp started that it was critically important to focus on the first opponent and not the second opponent. Do you feel like the players have done a good job of focusing on Incarnate Word and not looking ahead to Alabama, Washington?
Actually, we haven't really focused on Incarnate Word even until the latter part of last week. It's all been about us. It's all been about practicing against ourselves and all the fundamentals and details that we need to take care of. We practiced 2 days last week with emphasis on Incarnate Word, but still had a lot of crossover to make sure that we're continuing to play fast. We did install some game plan last week, and tomorrow we'll really ramp it up, and the focus will be really on Incarnate Word starting tomorrow morning with who they are, game plan, so on and so forth. We do have some of it in, a majority of it actually, but now it's going to be 100% focus on getting that done.
Just out of curiosity, what is the plan play call-wise for Saturday? Does Kalen Moore run some of the offense? Do you call the plays? Do you let the quarterback make suggestions? How's that actually be installed?
No, Kalen will call the plays. There'll be suggestions here and there. Our whole staff really, our whole offensive staff will be a part of it, but Kalen is the play caller. And there'll be suggestions from Coach Grubb, you know, as far as everyone has input on it to put it together, and how a game typically flows is somebody might say, hey, think about this or think about that, but ultimately he's the guy making the calls, and you know, which I'm really comfortable with. He's got a great feel for the offense. He's got a great feel for play calling, and you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen, because as a play caller, if you're effective, you're setting things up 2 plays ahead of time, 3 plays ahead of time, where you are in the field, which hash you want to get on to set something up. So, you know, I have found that it's best to have one person that's actually responsible for it that can kind of get that done.
There's going to be a pretty big crowd expected on Saturday, the largest for a home opener, at least in a couple of years, and will be the largest crowd in a couple of years. You look at this as an opportunity for, I don't know, you've got to give those to fans, 35,000 plus fans are going to be out there on Saturday, or we can come back in 4 weeks. Because maybe a lot of the people are coming to see Derek Carr, and part of the excitement for the retirement. So, what do you think of, hey, I need to give these people a reason to come back? It's like I guess a golden opportunity.
Yeah, I think any time that we get in front of our fans, we have an obligation to play well. to show well, to play disciplined, fast, physical football, exciting football. But, it's going to be what we need to get done to win the game. That's first and foremost, and I think that what goes along with that will be all the things that we practice so hard for so long through camp. But yeah, obviously, we want to pack the house, and we understand our obligation to do that for fans to keep coming back, that we can put something out there they're proud of. I think our kids take great pride in that as well, but that's not the main emphasis. Is that first and foremost is to win the football game.
Coach, you've been doing this a long time. What's it like to be back at your school as a head coach in Tedford State?
That's great. Over time, it has always felt like home from day one coming back. It's like, it was like a time machine, like you never left, really. I've was here a long time as a player and as a coach, and have gone up and down that ramp many, many times. And, so I'm very familiar with it. And camp was awesome. The Fresno Heat, I got used to that pretty quick. But it was great. It really was. And I feel totally comfortable with it and excited to go back down that ramp. And it's going to be an exciting night on Saturday night, and really looking forward to it.
Coach, are you going to have captains this season, either for the season as a whole or just individual games? And if so, who are they?
We will, but we'll announce those toward the end of the week.
How do you handle that process of selecting your captain?
The team, we've already done it, actually, but the team doesn't know it. The team voted on them, and so it was really their choice. And they don't know who it is yet. We just calculated that on Saturday. And so in our morning meeting tomorrow morning, I'll announce it to the team on who the captains are.
Do they know what you guys are wearing yet? Uniform-wise?
Yeah, we do.
You want to tell everybody else?
No, I want it to be a surprise. It would have red in it.
Yeah, surprise. What concerns you the most about Incarnate Word? There's some things that the Cardinals seem to make them dangerous.
I think really it's about us. That they're going to be motivated to play. Everyone going into their first game, it's a new season. They're a year older, more mature, all that stuff. And, so like any team, you have goals. This is your first chance at that, so they're going to be motivated. We're going to get their best shot, I'm sure. But like I said before, it's not so much about them. Yeah, are they going to do exactly what we saw on tape last year? Maybe, maybe not. But we need to concentrate on us, on what our rules are and our fundamentals and our techniques and our details in every phase of the game. Play smart, physical football, and be disciplined with what we're doing. And play fast and have fun while we're doing it. I think that's the thing. We've been working long and hard all summer and through camp, and now, game time's the fun time to get out there and cut it loose and want to bring some energy and play fast. And I think if we do that, we'll be just fine. But it's really more about us than anyone else.
Coach, do you anticipate getting any pre-game jitters or butterflies? Do you get those things?
Of course. Yeah. I'm always anxious. I get anxious before practice. I think if you care about something enough and, you want to be successful, then you're naturally going to feel that way. And, I'm anxious to see our players play. I want the best for them because we've invested a lot of time and energy. And so, yes, for sure, I will be anxious going down that ramp.
Coach, you talked about the quarterbacks, that you had a pretty intense competition for place kicker too, and I see we've got Jimmy Camacho listed ahead of Cody Cronin, who had an excellent year last year. How did that job play out in camp, and what led to that decision?
Well, the same as any other position is just competition and repetition, and again, that's a competitive spot that will be ongoing from week to week. They'll each have a chance to continue to do their job, and it's all about production. And felt like Jimmy was the most productive as of right now today, and he deserved to be the guy to get the first crack at it.
traditions do you plan to keep around the football program? I mean, obviously, we've seen the different signage around the building, et cetera, but do you plan to have the team sing the Bulldog Spirit song, the walk around campus? What have you installed that you plan on unveiling?
Well, I don't know what all the traditions are, I guess. We will have a March to Victory that will go along the outside of the stadium right here and down around to the north end and down through the middle of the field. We did that this weekend. We will do that. The Bulldog Spirit song, obviously. The pride and tradition, as you see the sign over there. Bulldog football cannot be entrusted to timid in the weak. I don't know if that was a tradition in the last few years, but I know it was when I was here before, and something that we hung our hat on and that our players hang their hats on. So, I don't know what all the other ones were, really. In the last couple of years, I haven't, got into that. But, it's about the red wave, and it's about the pride and tradition of Bulldog football. And so there will be certain things that we keep. I don't know if they're unique to us or not, or unique to the past few years, but I go back a long way here, back to 81 and 82, and so there's some things that we did back then that we will do. I don't know what they've been doing the last few years.
Yeah, just one more depth chart question. What's the thinking behind moving Juju Hughes to strong safety from the cornerback? What attributes does he have?
Well, we had a lot of depth at corner, and he does very well at corner, but he has had a great camp at safety. He's very instinctive. He's a very good tackler. He's got great ball skills. He can cover. So he's been very productive at the safety position. Early in camp, because we were kind of log jammed at corner a little bit, felt like we needed to find some guys to move from outside to inside. And I think anytime you're doing this, if you can move from outside to inside, you're much better in the secondary than moving inside to outside. And so Juju has had an excellent camp there. He really has. And, so it's been a great fit for him. He's taken it and really been productive. And so feel really good about that. And as well as our corner depth, with Johnny Johnson coming in and doing such a great job through camp, we have more depth at corner.
Did Juju handle the tackling responsibility?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, he can. He's fundamentally sound. He tackles the way you coach him to tackle. He does. He's had a great camp that way. And he's very instinctive, so he puts himself in position to make tackles a lot and defeat blocks. So he's done a really good job there.
Another guy I'd like to hear about is Jeffrey Allison. Another guy that seems like he's had a really good camp to emerge right now as the first string middle linebacker.
Yeah, he has, and that was great to see because really we had no idea what he could do. Because he was hurt all spring and most of the summer, and just got cleared at the very end to be able to have contact as we went into camp. And that guy's worked really, really hard. When we first got here, he was close to 270 pounds, and now he's down in the 230s, 240 range. He can run. He's done a great job, and so he's really earned that spot. And he can run, he can tackle, he's smart. So it was really nice to see him rise out of his injuries because he's had some setbacks along the way with his shoulder. And so it's nice to see that he went through camp completely healthy, all camp long, didn't miss a practice.
The question was brought up about the feelings and the emotions that you'll have walking down the ramp as a former Bulldog. Have you had those conversations with your assistant coaches who have also gone through the process of playing at Fresno State, Scott, JD?
No, I mean I think we all know. We were here for a long time, and we know what it means to do that. I think all of our staff knows, because people who have either played here, as people who have been the visitors and the opponent, to understand the hostile place that this can be and the sense of pride that the place has. And the kickoff dinner that we had the other night, I think just got everybody pumped up. And some of the coaches were really impressed by the energy level. And but all of our staff understands what what we're talking about the passion that's here and about the pride and tradition that's here. And it means a great deal to all of us, not just the people who have played here in the past or coached in the past, but everyone who came on board back in January that worked so hard in recruiting, installing all our systems, offensively, defensively, special teams, the commitment and the energy level that's gone into what we've done over the past, however it's been, 8 months. It was a very tough camp, long, hard camp, and so anytime you invest that amount of time in something like that, they're all very passionate and want to be successful. And I think more than anything, I think the relationships with the kids have really grown in a short amount of time. The trust level that's there. We're a very close group, and love the kids, and the kids work very, very hard. And so anytime you go through 8 months of building something like this with as much passion and energy as we've had, it's going to mean a lot to us. And so I know we'll all be ready to go on Saturday.
You want to have a last question for Coach? If not, we'll let Coach go at this time.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate you coming out.